Hello, fourth grade. This will be your last video for the week. I'll set you up for success so that you don't have a video to watch on Thursday or Friday. Today we're still working on fiction and we're focusing on reading for comprehension. Turn and talk. What important story elements have we learned about this school year? Think about our first unit on realistic fiction when we read The Tiger Rising. Think about Number the Stars in our unit on historical fiction. Think about the major learning targets that we had for each of those units. Hopefully you were able to mention a few of these. We've learned about plot and all the different components of that. We've learned about character traits and character change. We've learned about setting and theme and point of view. Remember, point of view for fiction is first person versus third person. So today, your learning target is I can read and comprehend fiction texts. You have two pieces of success criteria today. To be successful, students will read a fiction text at their level and answer related questions on Kids A to Z. And to be successful, students will read a fiction book of their choice and create a movie poster to show what they have learned from the text. The movie poster rubric is available as a Google Doc, and it's linked into your weekly slides, and I'm sure it's on a lot of your Google Classrooms as well. Directions: create a movie poster for a fiction book of your choice. So this can be whatever fiction good fit book you're reading at home. It could be a story from Kids A to Z. It could be on Epic. It could be a book you've already read this year. And you may complete this movie poster on whatever paper you have available at your home. Or you may create a digital poster in Slides or another app you feel would help you be successful. Please be creative. I do not have plain paper at my house, so if I did this on paper, I would use lined notebook paper, and I only have like 5 markers. So I chose to create a digital poster since I don't really have the materials to color or illustrate at my house at the moment. There are 5 things that your movie poster must include. You must have the title and author of your book, and you need 5 pieces of evidence to show you've read the book. So think about characters or character development, plot points, questions to hook the viewer, things like that. You need graphics that are relevant to the book as it becomes a movie. So if your book does not have a lion in it, there should be no lion in your movie poster. The graphics need to connect to the story. Your name needs to be listed as the director and the screenwriter of the movie, and you need to use correct capitalization, punctuation, spelling, and grammar. We have our rubric here, which is also available as a Google Doc. You can see the requirements for an E, an M, a P, and an N. And I broke apart the 5 different things that you need on your poster into the rubric. This is the example that I made in Google Slides. I'm sure you all can be much more creative than I am. I made my poster for The Tiger Rising, and I wrote "See Kate DiCamillo's classic novel come alive on the big screen," which means I included the author's name. Then I included myself, written and directed by Grace Foreman, as the screenwriter and the director. I included the tiger as a graphic because, as we all know, there's a tiger trapped in the cage in the story. I used an image of 2 kids holding hands to represent Sistine and Rob and their friendship. I, of course, included a suitcase so that we can write about Rob's suitcase of emotions. And my last graphic I used was I thought it would be fun to give my fake movie a fake rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And it is certified fresh with a 98% positive critics review. The pieces of evidence that I included are mostly questions. Right in the center, though, I talked a little bit about the topics and the theme of our story to prove I've read it. It says, watch Rob and Sistine in this coming-of-age story about courage, friendship, and making tough choices. Up in the top left, I wrote, what will happen to Mr. Beauchamp's secret caged tiger in the woods? It is living in the woods just outside the Kentucky Star Motel where Rob and his father live, so that shows I understand the setting of our story. Down in the bottom left, I wrote, will Sistine and Rob's friendship withstand the challenges the 2 face, including bullies, loss, and a real-life tiger? Again, noting I understand the presence of the 3-mongers in the story, that Rob has lost his mother, and that they truly are facing a real-life tiger in the woods. In the bottom right, I wrote, will Rob be able to overcome losing his mother, the bullying, and his challenging relationship with his father? Again, indicating I understand the story. And above our suitcase, I wrote a question. Will Rob ever open his suitcase of emotions? Suitcase in quotations to show that it is a symbol and not a literal suitcase that was in our story. I have a few more examples that I found. These were completed using a different rubric, so they do not have all of the same elements that my digital poster does, but I thought these did a nice example showing what you could do on a piece of paper and showing how beautiful you could really make some of these posters. Here are 3 more examples that are excellent and completely different from the first 3 I showed you. The one on the far right for Wrinkle in Time, this student even chose to cast actors in different roles for their book turned movie. Totally up to you. The one on the left even gave it a 5-star rating, so that's fun. Applying your knowledge for the rest of the week. Your reading teacher will assign you a fiction story in Kids A to Z. You'll read the story and you'll take the quiz. That is due Friday. Depending on the length of your story, your teacher might assign you more than one. Then you'll read a good fit fiction book of your choice for at least 20 minutes each day. This should be the book that you are using to make your movie poster about. Then use any of the remaining minutes you have slotted for reading that day to work on your movie poster. That is due on Monday. Since this is the last video you'll see from me this week, just know that these 3 things are what you are working on for reading each day for the rest of the week. On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, these are your 3 must-dos. Please enjoy the rest of your work, and I'm so excited to see your movie posters. Thank you.